Good morning! Welcome to a new episode of Mr. Roy Makes.
Makes.
Today we are updating our original version of bread.
Cause bread is the food that keeps us alive. Cause bread is the food. Cause bread, cause bread, cause bread, 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 bread is the food that keeps us alive. You can feed it to your son or even to your wife. You can make it on your own, even when you're stuck at home. Oh, bread is the gift of life.
In order to make this recipe, you will need the following ingredients. 4 cups of flour. Here we are using 2 cups of white flour and 2 cups of whole wheat flour. 1 tablespoon of sugar. 2 teaspoons of salt. No, just one. 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of yeast. Be careful, today we are using quick rise yeast, which means that we need to mix it with our other dry ingredients. If you are using classic or traditional type yeast, you need to prepare it next on the side with water. So here we have mixed all of our dry ingredients together. Okay, 2 types of flour, the sugar and the salt and everything. Trying not to make too much noise. Once it's properly mixed, I'm gonna prepare this fancy mixer, and I'm gonna make a little crease in the middle, a little pouch where we can add our warm water. We're gonna add our warm water. This water is between 120 and 130 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 to 55 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we're gonna add a part of this. I'm just gonna, not much space, okay, so I'm gonna put about half of it. Okay, and I'm gonna start this wonderful machine.
Add the rest of the water until you get a lightly sticky ball of dough. Just like this. On a lightly floured surface, take your ball of dough and start kneading it with your hands. In a big container, put a little bit of olive oil. This will help your dough rise without sticking. Using a paper towel, make sure you put oil on all the sides of the bowl. Keep kneading your dough until when you fold it again on itself, it will start sticking.
Once that's done, you can put them in the oven with the light turned on. This will give bread the perfect temperature to rise. Don't forget to set your timer to 45 minutes.
The dough has been rising for 45 minutes, and you can see here that there are eyes showing that the yeast is alive. The first thing you want to do with that dough is punch it, and then you will start kneading it again for 30 seconds. Shape your ball into an oval shape and drop it into a greased mold. You then need to put a bit of olive oil on the top and brush it lightly. Make sure you get some on the sides so it won't stick and will rise even more.
It will now be the time to put them back in the oven with the light on for 75 minutes. 75 minutes later, let's check what happened. Ooh, fat ones. So let me just peel this back gently. Hey, beautiful, beautiful bread loaves. Okay, so just try to be as gentle as possible so that they don't deflate. Okay, you can see that here there are like massive air pockets inside. Means that the yeast worked beautifully. I'm gonna set this oven to 350 degrees. I'm gonna let it preheat, and then I'm gonna put these guys in the oven for 35 minutes. We have sufficient heat. Notice that we put our rack to the lowest position, so it's now time to chuck this in the oven for 35 minutes. These are gonna be good. Yeah. How do you know that a bread is cooked? Sounds hollow. So we're gonna let these cool down. They will naturally unstick from the mold, and then it'll be time to eat. The moment of truth. Take a thick slice, spread it generously with butter, and have a taste. Goodbye. Makes